am inside the Ice House here at Hub Culture for an SAP Coffee Morning. Appropriately, talking to two folks from Cognizant. Thanks so much for coming along.
Thank you.
Ben and Paul. So you guys have written a really interesting a book on the future of work. Tell me, first of all, it's not as scary as it sounds. Our jobs are not going to be taken by robots. Is that right?
That's exactly right. So when you think about all of the media that's going on right now today, you can come away with a very kind of apprehensive or even fearful point of view on how business and technology are going to play out over the coming years. But in putting the book together over the past 3 years, we learned that the surprising thing is actually things could get much better as technology helps people perform better, helps companies have higher productivity, and so on. So we see this very much as a potential song of hope for business leaders who make the right decisions.
So how many jobs will be lost and gained?
Yeah, so we've done a lot of research to really figure that question out, because that's obviously the question du jour here in Davos and around the world. People are, as Paul says, worried about the new machine, the impact on employment, the impact on jobs. And our analysis really says that over the next 10 years, the effect is going to be quite neutral in terms of jobs gained and jobs lost. So, you know, some jobs, we estimate about 12% of the sort of current portfolio of jobs that people have will be replaced by machines, by automation, by AI. But correspondingly, about the same amount will be created by these new systems of intelligence, these new machines that people are building. So the net of that is quite neutral. Within that, there's obviously going to be huge churn, and the jobs of the future are not the jobs of the past, and in many cases not the jobs of today. But the notion that, you know, we're all going to be on the unemployed line and the machines are going to do all the work, I mean, that's just a fallacy. That's not going to happen.
And we've been here before, right? The first industrial revolution, the second. And was it a similar sort of churn back then?
Absolutely, and a similar sense of fear and apprehension. So whether it was the first industrial revolution, the second industrial revolution, when you look back at business and technology shifts, even back to the time of Socrates when the written word was created, people have been arguing and worried about how new technologies will change their lives and change the work that they do. And in every case, human ingenuity has taken us up to new heights. So we really do see this as a song of hope, again, for people that make the right decisions and build the right skill sets and capabilities.
So give me an example from the education world. How is that going to change?
Yeah, education has been struggling to deal with new technology and adopt new technology and leverage the upside of new technology for a long period of time, and there have been lots of false dawns and false summits. But we've begun to see a lot of examples, which we write about in our book, of companies really using these new tools, these new productivity tools to change what is, if you think about it, an industrial model. You know, the way we teach kids is sort of like a factory production line from, 150 years ago. And to change it, to make it a much more personalized experience for kids, and also to improve that experience for teachers. A lot of teachers think about this in a kind of defensive way, think that robots are going to take their jobs away. That's not how we see this. We think these new systems of intelligence, these new machines, are going to help teachers personalize the experience that the kids are having, and in fact make it a better experience for the kid and for the teacher. So we've got lots of examples in the book of companies who are developing software, and then education institutions that are adopting that software, and the results that we're finding are kind of really, really positive.
So tell me, what do businesses need to do now in the next kind of 20 months to prepare for all the changes that you think will be happening quite soon?
Well, there's a lot. So the first thing is to recognize that there is new value to be created. And the companies that are the early winners in the fourth industrial revolution are really, have taken some steps. They've begun to automate work that can be automated. So applying new machines to improve productivity, improve value, and lower cost. They're also taking steps to sensor enable really any noun, any person, place, or thing can now be what we call a code generator. And certain companies, whether it's GE putting sensors on an MRI machine or a locomotive, they're taking that information and creating new commercial models. And they're also applying technology to help people do work better, just as Ben said, whether it's a teacher or a lawyer or a doctor, applying those technologies to very specific work activities that can also help improve productivity very dramatically. And other companies are finding ways to open up new markets and also to make managed innovation a part of their daily work life.
Okay, well, I'm pleased to say that a robot is not signing off from this interview. Ben and Paul, thank you so much for coming along this morning here in the Ice House, and I'm Edie Lush.